Coming up on Golden State Warriors today by Chat Sports, Damion Lee is balling to start the year, a really crucial component of this bench unit, earning the praise of Steph Curry as well as Steve Kerr. Stephen A. Smith doubles down on saying that Golden State is going to win the NBA championship. But first, before we get to all of that in this loaded show, make sure you subscribe to the channel for the best Warriors coverage here on YouTube. We are 42 people away from 23,000 subscribers. I want to shout out Draymond Green. So hit that red subscribe button down below, and let's get started. Welcome into Golden State Warriors today by Chat Sports. I am your host, Chase Senior. Hit me up. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Chase_Senior. We start off today's show by talking about Damion Lee in the Warriors' first 4 games of the season as they are off to a perfect 4-0 start to the campaign. He's been a really important figure coming off the bench for Golden State, and his path to where he is right now has been a really fascinating one. It's really a pure example of a guy who was overlooked, overshadowed, doubted to start his NBA career, not even getting drafted, and now he's really earning crucial rotation minutes for a Warriors team that a lot of people are really excited about, including me and probably including you as well. So Damion Lee started off his college career at the basketball powerhouse of Drexel. And Drexel, by no means, is a powerhouse program. That was certainly a sarcastic comment from me, but he was balling out in Philadelphia for a little while, transfers to Louisville. He's a second-team All-ACC player, but it wasn't enough for him to get drafted in the 2016 NBA draft. So starting in 2017, and really until the last couple of years, he was playing at the G League level. He had a short stint with the Atlanta Hawks. He was playing with the Maine Red Claws as well as the Santa Clara team, the G League team for the Warriors, and then finally started to get more and more minutes with Golden State over time, and that has all worked into this year, him becoming a player who so far is getting almost 27 minutes per night. You take a look at how Damion Lee has been contributing so far. He's been one of the marquee surprises of this Warriors season to start the campaign. 26.8 minutes per game, as I said, 14 points per night. He's shooting almost 48% from the floor, and his shooting percentage from deep has really been unconscious so far. Better than even Steph Curry, of course on less attempts, but the point here being, this is a great example of a guy who has worked so hard on his game, who came into the league raw, unproven, overlooked. Nobody gave a shot for him to get drafted. Plays in the G League, works on some of his deficiencies as well as his weaknesses, and that's all. The fruits of that labor has really come to fruition this year. As for what he did against OKC, the reason why we're popping up these numbers, arguably Damion Lee's best game of his NBA career, and it came on a night when Steph Curry did not record a single field goal in the fourth quarter for the Warriors. In fact, the last 2 games for the Dubs, Steph Curry has not scored in the fourth quarter, yet they've been victorious in both of those matchups. That depth that we've been talking about, it's working out pretty damn well so far. Steve Kerr on Damion Lee and his development as well as his progress and overall great play. It's not surprising given that he was fantastic every day of training camp, probably our most consistent player throughout. He's just so rock solid in every way. The ball moves when he's out there. He makes the right cut. He makes the right pass. He's a big-time shooter, and his defense has been solid. So Damion has been fantastic. Steph Curry also saying similar things about D. Lee. He's consistent, Curry said. He knows our system, and he's got so much better since he left Santa Cruz. He's healthy, available, and confident. It's huge for us to have a spark plug like that off the bench. And I kind of just want to go back to this point. This is a classic story of player development, player progress, but also Damion Lee taking a bird's eye view, looking down on his game and saying, okay, this offseason I need to work on this. The next offseason I have to work on that. I'm not going to get too hard on myself playing with the Maine Red Claws and the Santa Cruz Warriors. I'm going to continue to work on my game because I believe in myself that I can be an NBA player. And right now, Damion Lee looks like a legitimate NBA player. The Warriors' depth really is a great luxury, and the mainstay for those Warriors squads that made it to 5 straight NBA Finals from 2015 to 2019, of course, they were highlighted by Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, and Kevin Durant when he was here. But some of the depth pieces on that team, were just so big and so massive to the Warriors' success. Guys like Andre Iguodala, Harrison Barnes, David West coming in off the bench, Kevon Looney, the list goes on. And this year, the Warriors' depth reminds me of what it was back several years ago when the Warriors were contending for NBA championships. Dub Nation, I want to hear from you. Get creative here. What is your one-word reaction to what D. Lee has provided the Dubs? And get me those one-word reactions in the comment section. Warriors Today is powered to you today thanks to our sportsbook partner, BetUS. A 125% deposit bonus if you use that link, chatsports.com/bet, as well as that promo code CHAT125. You put $100 into your account, you get an additional $125 back, and you can basically bet on anything. Now, a lot of you are unfamiliar with how sports gambling works because it's been a huge movement in America over the last couple of years. And for those of you who are unfamiliar with how betting works, let me simplify it for you. So there are good value bets and bad value bets. This one is a bad value bet because the point of sports betting is to make as much money as possible and to lay down some bets that you have some good value with. So for instance, Steph Curry right now is the leader in the NBA for the most made field goals from three-point range this season at minus 250 odds. It's not really good. What that means is you risk $10 and you only win $4 back if Steph Curry records the most three-point field goal makes in the NBA. A better value bet, though, it's the Warriors to win the NBA title, which Stephen A. Smith believes is possible. We'll get to that here in just a bit, at plus 900 odds. What that means is you risk $10, and if the Warriors win the NBA championship, you get $90 back. There you go. Chatsports.com/bet. Enter the promo code CHAT125. If you have any questions about this, hit me up on Twitter and Instagram at Chase_Senior. Before we get to Stephen A. Smith's comments about Golden State, more comments from Stephen A. because on Monday's show, we talked about what he had said about the Warriors maybe competing for an NBA championship. Steph Curry is actually off to a historic start to the season for Golden State, and his numbers are vast. His numbers are wide-ranging as compared to years in the past when really he was just a scoring machine but not giving you much from a rebounding and assist perspective. So far this year, in all 4 wins, Steph Curry averaging 29 points, 8.3 rebounds, 6.3 dimes, and he's shooting an unconscious 40% from distance. Steph Curry has got it going on, and Steph Curry is going to be playing for yet another MVP award. Now to what Stephen A. Smith said again about Golden State winning an NBA championship. He really doesn't think that there's a team in the league, including the Lakers and the Brooklyn Nets, who can get in their way with a healthy Klay Thompson. As for what Stephen A. said about the Dubs, I am willing to sit here in front of y'all right now, and I'm telling you right now, the Golden State Warriors may win it all. Klay Thompson comes back, James Wiseman comes back, what I've seen from Jordan Poole, Andrew Wiggins, Damion Lee, Jonathan Kuminga, I'm looking at this squad, their ability to hit shots and free throws, and I'm telling you right now, if Klay Thompson comes back healthy, the only thing that will have any chance of stopping them is Kyrie Irving returning to join James Harden and Kevin Durant. There is no one else, including the Lakers, who will be able to knock off the Golden State Warriors. Those last 2 quote graphics, my best imitation of Stephen A. Smith. Now, does he have a point? Let's take a look at both starting lineups at full strength. Which one do you like better? When Klay Thompson and Wiseman comes back, you're looking at a Warriors starting 5 of Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Andrew Wiggins, Draymond Green, and James Wiseman. Pretty damn good starting 5 with a lot of shooting and a lot of solid defense if Klay Thompson can return back to form. As for the Nets' full-strength starting 5, 3 of the best scorers that we've ever seen in Kyrie Irving, James Harden, and Kevin Durant. They have a really good sharpshooter on the wing in Joe Harris. Blake Griffin as the starting center, basically. LaMarcus Aldridge has been playing well for them as well. I like the Warriors' entire lineup with their starters and depth pieces more than I like Brooklyn's. Now, can the Nets score ad nauseum? For sure. But the Warriors are better defensively than the Nets are, both with their starters and their depth pieces. And because both rosters are a little bit top-heavy, that's when depth becomes so important. And there's no question that right now, in the early portion of the season, the Warriors' depth has been much better. Now, I don't think it would be a blowout series between the Warriors and the Nets. I actually think it could go the distance, maybe 7 games in the NBA Finals. This would be a great series, moving at a frenetic pace, with a lot of baskets made, with a lot of premier offensive players, and guys hitting buckets from all across the floor. But if it were a 7-game series in the NBA Finals and Klay Thompson was healthy, I like the Warriors to be victorious. What do you think, though? That's my last question for you before I dip on out of here. Who wins an NBA Finals matchup that would feature the Brooklyn Nets and the Golden State Warriors? Type BKN for the Brooklyn boys, type GSW for the Dubs. Chime in and sound off.